Motorola actually released a really good phone. What's going on, guys? Ty Tech here, back again with another phone review. And today we have the Motorola Edge Plus 2023 edition, Motorola's follow-up to their 2022 Motorola Edge Plus, which we can all agree was a phone. But I'm actually very proud to say that with the Motorola Edge Plus 2023, with its gorgeous design and abundance of features, that it actually made me put down my Pixel 7 Pro for the last week that I've been using it. And honestly, if you asked me to choose between the Motorola Edge Plus 2023 and my Pixel 7 Pro, I could honestly pick the Motorola Edge Plus. But of course, to start out, let's go ahead and take a look at what you get inside the box with the Moto Edge Plus 2023. Now, right off the bat, you may notice that this box may be a little bit bigger than conventional phone boxes that you get nowadays. Opening up the box, of course, you get the phone right on top, but we're gonna go ahead and put that to the side for just a second. Underneath, you get a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. And oh my God, we have a fucking charger in the box? That's right, Motorola actually gives you a 68-watt turbo power charging adapter in the box with the Moto Edge Plus 2023. Nice. We'll talk about that again in a couple of minutes, but let's go ahead and unwrap the phone now so we can go ahead and take a look at it. Now, off the bat, I have to say that the design looks really great to me. It's taller and more narrow, which was really hard to get used to at the beginning. But it actually reminds me a lot of the Pixel 6 Pro. I'm not really sure why, but it just gives me that more narrow, sort of thin feeling to the phone when I hold it in my hands. It's not as wide as the Pixel 6 Pro, but it just gives me that feeling when I hold it in my hands. But I had absolutely no idea that just the fact that this phone came with a charging adapter in the box would set the tone for how many good things that this phone does. First things first, we have to talk about the design. The Moto Edge Plus comes with a 6.67-inch POLED 165 Hz display. You get 512 gigabytes out of the box with the Moto Edge Plus, and powering this gorgeous phone is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip. We have Gorilla Glass Victus on the front and the back with an aluminum railing going along the outside of the phone, and we have that 3-camera system on the back along with the quad-core flash, which, however way you look at it, looks like a stovetop. Now, the cameras on the Moto Edge Plus are actually quite impressive. You start off with a 50 megapixel wide camera with optical image stabilization, a 12 megapixel telephoto camera with 2x optical zoom, a 50 megapixel ultra wide with quad flash, and perhaps most impressively, a 60 megapixel front-facing camera. And those cameras on the back are capable of capturing video at 8K at 30 frames per second or 4K at 30 or 60 frames per second. Now, I found that photos taken in daylight conditions with the Moto Edge Plus were very, very bright, very punchy, a little bit oversaturated, kind of similar to photos that you would see on a Galaxy device, especially when compared to phones like the iPhone 14 Pro. But this phone is never going to take a bad quality photo, especially if you're just an average consumer looking to take out their phone and snap a quick photo. I don't think the average person is going to be upset at all with any of the videos and photos that you take on the Moto Edge Plus, unless you're taking it in low light. Low light camera performance is really one of the only few bad spots about the Moto Edge Plus 2023. Low light photos are kind of just overly exposed, especially when lights are involved. The colors are a little bit oversaturated and detail is really, really lost, especially when you zoom in, especially compared to photos taken on a phone like the iPhone 14 Pro. But videos and photos taken during daytime conditions are going to be photos and videos that any person who owns this phone are going to absolutely love. But it's how you can launch those cameras that actually lead me into the abundance of features that the Motorola Edge Plus 2023 brings to the table. And when I say it's an abundance of features, it's an abundance of features. And a lot of those features are Moto specific features, such as twisting your wrist twice to open up the camera, something that I've never been exposed to, chopping your hand twice with the phone in your hand to activate the flashlight, peak display for looking at notifications while on the always on display, edge lighting, which I honestly haven't seen since the Note 8 or the Note 9. I haven't seen that in years. The amount of customization that you get with this phone is ridiculous as well, from being able to customize the always on display, from being able to customize the charging animation to the fingerprint scanning animation. These are features that have been present on Android phones for years now, but this is the first time I've ever been exposed to them, and I'm glad I was. But perhaps the best feature about this phone is the battery life. Remember that 68 watt charger I told you guys about earlier? That charger ain't no joke. This phone comes packed with a 5100 milliamp hour battery. And with that battery, I managed to get 4 days of battery life out of this phone. 4 days. From 8:55 a.m. on June 2nd, that's when I left for work that day. I started out with 100% battery life, completely normal, went to work, and I lasted all the way to June 6th at 5:43 p.m. with this phone as my daily driver. Of course, battery life is going to vary from person to person depending on your use patterns and how you use the phone, but 4 days, 5100 milliamp hour battery. Good job, Motorola. Good job. But one thing, if you go to Motorola's website and the facts about this phone along with the specs, if you scroll all the way down to the battery section, they talk about being able to get a full day's worth of battery life out of the 68 watt charger in just 9 minutes worth of charging. I tested that out. I got about 26% in 9 minutes. I don't know about you, but I'm not making it through the day on 26% of battery life, but there's that, I guess. You also have dual firing speakers at the top and bottom, powered by Dolby Atmos, and an IP68 water and dust resistance rating, all for $800. The Moto Edge Plus, with all of its features, its gorgeous design, gorgeous display, is seated right there with the iPhone 14s, the S23s, and the Google Pixels of the world. But if you're an Android user, I honestly can't say, unless you're loyal to Samsung or Pixel or any other Android company that you go to, I can't say that you wouldn't love the Motorola Edge Plus this year. A 5100 milliamp hour battery, 165 hertz display, good to great cameras with a great design and abundance of features. I honestly have a hard time saying anything bad about the Motorola Edge Plus this year, except for the low light performance. The only thing holding this phone back, in my opinion, is its lack of availability on US carriers. Right now, the only place that you can actually buy this phone is through Motorola themselves or through Best Buy, which is where I got mine. This should be the phone that's on the shelves of Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, competing alongside the Pixels and Galaxies of the world. So I have a hard time believing that this is going to be a phone that actually becomes successful, because it's just not going to be readily available to all but a very niche section of the smartphone owning population. But if you're a member of that very niche population that wouldn't mind shelling out the $800 for the Motorola Edge Plus 2023, I honestly think that you're going to have an amazing experience with this phone, with its display, with its design, with its features, all at its relatively affordable price point. I don't see anyone who actually tries and uses this phone having a terrible experience. This is one of the best phones on the Android side anyway that I could ever recommend to anybody, and the Motorola Edge Plus is actually one of the sleeper hits of 2023. There, I said it. You can fight me if you want to.
Okay.
But guys, that's been my review of the 2023 edition of the Motorola Edge Plus. If you or anyone you know are looking to pick up a fantastic Android phone, I'll leave some shopping links in the description below, both for the Motorola website and for Best Buy, where you guys can pick up this phone for only $800. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This has been Ty Tech, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.